Hey world, this is Taka again from Japan. How you guys doing? You guys uplifting? I'm not. Well, I had no response from back anybody, from friends, organizations, which may be some obstruction to my work, and then no authorities, including police. That's fine. So today, I just want to discuss about just a little bit of the economics. At the really infant or even embryonic phase of economic theories, do you guys know that an economist called Ivan Fishers during 20s, long time ago? He's making a very funny statement. U.S. total value of equity shares is never gonna decline. Just 2 weeks, not 2 years, 2 weeks prior to the Black Tuesday, which just happens in 1929. So it was actually a large sell-off in the US financial history. That's one case. The other case of mistake was Paul Samuelson. He's a very famous Nobel Prize economist making a very funny statement. He said in his papers that Russian economy will flourish forever under the system of Marxism. What the hell is going on in Russia right now? So that's two. The third, who else? Oh, Alan Greenspan, former chairman of the Federal Reserve System in the United States. During 2007, I still remember he made a statement like this. Double-digit interest rate can be used as an arsenal to combat inflationary surge. But that was never happened. That was never properly worked. Who else? The famous economist. Yeah, Kuroda-san, the Bank of Japan, my country's. Oh, he's a top. He's like a president. He's the chairman of the Bank of Japan. He actually implementing that the negative interest rate, restrictive monetary policies to boost up economies. What's happening in Japan's economies? Stagflation with a liquidity trap. Stagflation is the price goes up while the economy is totally depressed. The liquidity trap is the unresponsiveness of the amount of investment with respect to the change of interest that no matter what happened to the interest rate, amount of interest is still the same. So negative interest rate or positive interest rate doesn't really matter. What has happened? Depression, impoverishment, economic abuse. I'm a victim of economic abuse. So that's Japan. So everybody can make a mistake. That would be fine, totally fine. But the problem is, those famous people's or economists' pronouncement is very influential. They're very powerful. Sometimes inducing, sometimes causing policy mistake, which is going to create many people to suffer loss of real monies or, always betting for long futures, always betting for long assets, financial vehicle. So that was happening in Japan. And I think we probably closely take a look at all these so-called intellectual immunities created or conferred by others or amateur economists, TV, radio, newspapers, all these medias who believe so-called economists as a branding. But I don't think so. Economist is not genius. Nobody perfect. So I think, in my opinion, my understanding of economics is just in the middle of the premature stage of the development as a social science. And then with a lack of accountabilities, it's just a full of what is it called, perpetual, mutable, changeable ambiguities, which entails more than 70 years since Keynes. So that's what I think. I'm actually economic degrees from Drexel University in Pennsylvania. So that's what my understanding of economics through my study. So instead of taking a look at all these problems that we created so far in current financial the system, maybe we should take a look at the different stuff, entirely different stuff, like blockchains, Web3 technologies, or cryptocurrencies. And last time I said, I'm going to add in chatting the capabilities to the victim tutors. Victim tutors, oh, by the way, it's in the web server already. So if you want to be testers, please raise your hands and give me a big DM. I'm going to give you the link of the URL. You can check them. And I'm going to implement in probably 1 month period, a testing period, and then go into the lab. And that's what but this week, instead of touching the victim tutor, I really want to create the crowdfunding application for any causes, like including the sexual abuse, rape, sexual assault, economic abuse, or power harassments. So that's what I'm going to do. So you guys can raise your monies for your own personal problem. So that's what I'm going to really focus on this week. And next week I'm going to do it in victim Twitter again. And so we have 2 applications. One is for victim Twitters and the other one's in a crowdfunding application using Ethereum network. So that's it. So solidarity and unity is going to be key for survival. And I hope you guys enjoy my videos. And definitely we're going to create a solidarity and you are going to alleviate all the problem that you have right now. I love you guys. Salute. Bye-bye. See you next week.